Welcome to Be in Bloom, a podcast about presence and lifelong becoming. My name is Binta. I am so glad you're here. Being. It sounds simple, but for most of us, it's the hardest thing to allow. Being is the state of existing. I used to think I had to perform to matter. I didn't know that my existence was already enough. If being is something we're born with, I think I've always known it. I was born prematurely, and even then, just existing was a miracle. I wasn't expected to do anything, just survive, just be. And in many ways, my early childhood felt like that. Present, playful, sacred. As children, we don't know how to perform. We just are. Being isn't a directive. It's our default. But that shifted for me around age 9. That's when my father left my mom and me. I was confused. My mom was angry and heartbroken. I was heartbroken too. I let myself feel it. But after some time, I started to worry that my pain was adding to hers. I wanted to be easy to carry. So I began to pull it back. I became light. I became okay. Then came our weekend trip to Philly. She said we were visiting family for her birthday. After the party, she left me there. She said she would be back soon. I stayed for a year. With people I didn't know. I remember asking questions, but I just adapted. I didn't want to be a burden. I wanted to be easy, useful, good. And that became the blueprint. It was around that time that I started to believe I had to become something helpful, happy, and low maintenance to be kept, loved, chosen. That story followed me into my teens. I moved back in with my mom, but things were not the same. Sometimes she arranged for me to stay with my cousin and her family. Later, I stayed with friends and their families too. I had already been taught as a little black girl that people might not look at me and see a child to protect. So I made sure I was polite, presentable, easy to like. I shape-shifted just a little in every setting to make sure I wasn't taking up too much space. I kept myself small and smiley, not just to be accepted, but to avoid the punishment that could come from being too much or not enough. I knew I needed to be well behaved, so nothing bad would get back to my mom. Because if it did, I would feel it later. That's when I started learning that being wasn't enough. Not because someone said it directly, but because love began to feel like something I had to earn. I did not want to be sent away again. So I became good. I shaped myself into what felt safest, into what felt keepable. And that story stayed with me for years. Until slowly, it started to unravel. Because now, at the age of 28, I'm learning the opposite. Being is power. Being is divine. And interestingly enough, it took a layoff to show me that. The year was 2022. I had just ended a relationship that was no longer aligned, and the very next day, I lost the job I once considered a dream. It paid well. The title was shiny. I felt like that girl. I was proud of how it looked. And honestly, I was attached to how it felt to be seen. But the life I had been building at 25 crumbled. And for a while, that felt bare. I wasn't a girlfriend. I didn't have a job title. I was just me. I was facing a new chapter, new apartment hunt, new job search, and a new identity with seemingly no blueprint. That was terrifying at first. After hundreds of ignored job applications and realizing I couldn't optimize my way out of grief, I was forced to confront the quiet. And it was the stillness that changed me. Not right away, but over time. A knowing I lost sight of resurfaced. Being isn't a fallback. It is the foundation. Being is abundance. Being is what saved me. This past April, I went to a concert. Not just any concert, a Denzel Curry show. It was spontaneous. I had told myself, if I get this new car, I am going. For several months, I had been Ubering, walking, taking the bus, doing what I had to do after my 2008 Jeep Liberty died. When I finally got my new keys on April 15th, I made a quiet promise to myself. You've been through so much. Go. Let yourself have this. So I bought my ticket and I went. 2 days later, I didn't go to be seen. I didn't go to perform. I went to be free in my body, to feel, to celebrate, to share space with an artist I admire. I even know all the songs, but I danced. I laughed. I existed. I was fully there without effort. And that's when it happened. Denzel pointed at me from the stage, called me up, handed me the mic. I thought to myself, this is what happens when I don't try to make something happen. He didn't see a fan begging to be noticed. He saw someone being. And that was enough. Being wasn't invisible that night. Being was magnetic. For a really long time, I wanted to be famous. I wanted to be known, recognized, viral, to be invited into rooms, to feel worthy, to feel chosen. And I still believe I'm powerful. I still have big dreams. But now I understand. I was chasing visibility because I thought it'd make me feel valuable. What I was really craving was a deeper relationship with myself. I just wanted to be loved for who I already was. These days, I'm not trying to impress the world. I'm trying to be at peace within my body. I don't need a spotlight. I need spaciousness. I'm no longer performing for the algorithm or for approval. I'm performing acts of self-respect. I'm no longer chasing fame. I'm honoring my name. And that's what being means to me now. It's not about being seen by everyone. It's about being known by yourself. So much of my life, I thought being was something to grow out of. Like it was a starting point that I had to outpace with recognition, ambition, or responsibility. But now, I see it differently. Being is the constant. It's what I return to. It's what held me when jobs ended, when dreams shifted, when people left, and even when I doubted myself. Being is not passive. It's powerful. It's not waiting. It's witnessing. It's not needing to prove anything to be worthy of love, rest, or expression. It is the quiet miracle of waking up and deciding, I don't have to become anything more to be whole today. That doesn't mean I won't grow. I will. But growth doesn't always mean becoming someone new. Sometimes it means becoming someone true. So, whether you're chasing something, healing from something, or simply surviving something, I want to remind you, you are allowed to be. And not just allowed, invited. Being is your birthright. Thank you for being here. Until next time, here's to soft power, honest growth, and quiet miracles. Stay rooted. Keep rising. Be